You're not gonna have time for hunting. You're not gonna want to hunt. Like who wants to hunt? If you're a lazy individual and you want to sit there and eat Doritos all day and play video games, how in the fuck are you able to convince them to come out here and walk into the woods and hunt? There is no way, man. So that's where culture needs to change. And I got to thinking, there's nobody out here. You would think that people would be out here on a beautiful day to shed hunt. And dude, it's like, where is everybody? Has hunting became a lost art? Is it becoming a lost art? Is it losing popularity? I think it is. I think it personally is. And I want to talk about it. I think one of the main reasons why hunting is losing popularity has to do with our culture, man. Hunting is a discipline. It is not a sport. It's nothing, it's either you breathe and live hunting or you don't. And I mean, it doesn't have to be to that extreme, but hunting isn't, majority of the time, it's not a fun time. 99% of the time, you are going to fail in the woods. You are not going to see deer. You're not going to come out killing a deer. You're not going to come out happy. You're going to second guess yourself. There's so many different aspects of hunting that can be demoralizing. And that's where discipline comes into play, or the absolute love for it. And our culture at this current time, with how everything is, man, there's just not that much discipline. You don't see people. Dude, I remember being a kid. We used to always play outside. The only time that we were allowed to come back inside was when the street lights came on. That's how I was raised, and 90% of the time I was pissed that I had to come back inside. I remember vividly my grandma yelling down the street like, "Okay, time to come in." And it's like I threw a fit. I didn't want to come back in, but now you walk down the street in your own neighborhood, you don't see kids playing anymore. You don't really see much activity anymore. It's really sad. And that unfortunately is the way culture is headed. People are more indoors. There's a lot more exciting entertainment to people than hunting. Hunting is not entertainment. It's tough. It's hard. You have to put in the work if you want to be successful. You got to do scouting. You got to learn. And that's another thing. There's just so many barriers to hunting. It's I could make an hour-long video of it. One of them is land access. If it wasn't for this public piece that's real close to my home, I would have to drive an hour and a half away to go hunting. So there's that. Then we got the barrier to entry with these new bow prices, and everything costs a lot of money if you want to get into saddle hunting. It's a lot of money, but it's also a lot of work to make and a lot of money to produce. There's information. It's hard to find good information. It's hard to know where to start from. And, that would definitely persuade somebody away from hunting. And it is what it is. Now I want to sit here and think, like, how can we fix this? How can we fix this issue? How can we fix the land access issues? How can we fix the discipline issues within our culture? How can we fix all these problems that is causing hunting to lose popularity? I think a lot of people try to make it out to be, oh, it's this or that. In reality, the only reason why hunting is losing and why it's a dwindling thing is because it's our culture. Everything is downstream from culture. If America is becoming more obese, becoming more lazy, becoming more work obsessed, more career driven, you're not gonna have time for hunting. You're not gonna want to hunt. Like who wants to hunt? If you're a lazy individual and you want to sit there and eat Doritos all day and play video games, how in the fuck are you able to convince them to come out here and walk into the woods and hunt? There is no way, man. So that's where culture needs to change. And I personally believe, it's going to take a lot of people to try to revitalize our American culture. And I personally believe we're doing that. I'm trying to lead the best of my ability for others to see what's possible. I want to see other people doing the same. I want to see the American culture come back. Hardworking, gritty, fucking disciplined, badass motherfuckers. And that's what it needs to be. And unfortunately, at this current time, 2025, people are lacking discipline and our culture is fucked up. And that's why hunting, in my opinion, is a dwindling thing. And I want to know your guys' opinions. What are your guys' opinions? Have you guys ever thought about that? Or am I just a weirdo out in the woods thinking about weird shit?